Hello again. Kia ora. Good day. I am Ummi, your Information Security Officer in the Managed Services team here at Fusion 5. Today I'm going to give you a 5-minute summary of what ISO 27001 framework is all about. Before we do that though, let's do a recap of what we covered in the previous CyberByte session. We learned that information assets are critical to our operations, so they must be secured. Risks are undesirable events that could happen to our information, so these must be managed by putting in place effective controls. We need to keep evolving and continuously improving our InfoSec system to stay current with technological advancements. We also learned that we should always operate under the belief that we are a prime target for any cybercriminals. Data breaches can result in financial losses, loss of intellectual property, customer trust, and negatively impact our reputation. Finally, it is everyone's responsibility to be aware of what needs to be done to make sure our information is secure and to always do the right thing. I ended the last session by introducing the ISO 27001 framework as a way to manage information security. So the framework brings together the concepts of asset, risk, and control to create an ISMS, which stands for Information Security Management System. It stresses that for information to be secure, there are 7 key areas, here in blue, that must be addressed. In addition, it also requires us to determine which of the 114 controls in Annex A, which is the appendix of the standards, is applicable to our organization. For the ISMS to work, we need these 7 things. Context of organization is about knowing who is impacted by our operations, so these are our stakeholders. Leadership is about having executive commitment, top management to lead by example and talk the talk and walk the walk when it comes to information security. Risks do not stay the same, as we know. These change as often as technology improves, so it is important to know what our risks are, manage them, and review them regularly. This is part of planning. Support is about having competent people to support our management framework, and we must make sure that everyone is aware of our policies and procedures and adhere to them. Operations is about having well-documented processes and evidence of them being followed. Conducting internal audits and holding regular management reviews are part of performance evaluation and how we measure our progress. Improvement dictates that we need to continually look at our framework to keep up to speed with our ever-changing environment, because a system is only as good as how it is used and how current it is. The 114 controls in the standards are grouped into 14, as you can see here. I won't cover them in detail, but I included them here so you can see what aspects of our systems we look into to ensure our information is secure. How are our policies written and reviewed? How are responsibilities assigned? What controls do we have in place relating to our employees? How do we manage our assets? How do we provision access? How is our data encrypted? What controls do we have in place to secure our physical environment? How do we manage change, capacity, backup? How do we secure our networks? What controls do we have in relation to software development? How about suppliers? How do we manage them? How do we respond to incidents? And what are our plans in business continuity? And finally, how are we demonstrating compliance to commercial, legal, and regulatory obligations? So you see, this framework covers a lot of areas. It is no wonder then that after 2 years of Herculean effort from the entire managed services team, we finally achieved our ISO 27001 certification in 2019. Since our certification, we have a dedicated Director of Cybersecurity and a newly created role of Information Security Officer. The new roles are strong evidence that Fusion 5 is committed to improving the company's security posture. Fusion 5 is telling our managed services customers that we want to do right by them. We want to solidify our reputation in the market as a safe pair of hands. We want to be a trusted security first partner. And that brings us to the end of my second CyberByte session. Thank you for your time today. Until next time, stay safe and secure.